This is the poem of a modern hero. I begin not with a god, nor with thunder or prophecy, but with breath, my own, stealing in the quiet before dawn, where the world has not yet spoken its doubt. Let the memory of ancient voices guide me, the long winding tales carried across seas, the sharp lyric fire whispered in fragments, the modern pulse that refuses silence. I am no king of Ithaca, no crowned poet in marble halls, but I carry something just as heavy, a question that will not leave me. What does it mean to endure, and to return not to a place, but to a self worth claiming? So I set out, a quiet call, not shouted, but undeniable. The classroom sounds like a restless tide. Fluorescent lights flicker above tired minds, and each of us carries an invisible weight, jobs, expectations, and names we must live up to. I sit with them, a freshman in a world that wants me to be sure of everything before I've even figured out what I doubt. I spoke once, not in myth, but in clarity, that the poets of ancient Greece were not just storytellers, but truth tellers, bridges between chaos and meaning. They sang not to escape life, but to define it. And I, sitting here, felt something. It happened quickly, not like a slow building storm, but like lightning striking without warning. Sharp voice, urgently, cut through the normal noise. Someone needed help. There was no time to think deeply, no time to weigh every possibility. Only a single truth stood before me: act or do nothing, and doing nothing was never an option. In that instant, I understood something that poets always knew: that a hero is not defined by titles, but by response. The situation was real, physical, immediate, not a metaphor, but a moment where hesitation could cost more than pride. Fear rose like a beast, a dragon coiled tight in my chest, breathing doubt into every thought. What if you fail? What if you make it worse? But courage, first Greek virtue, is not the absence of fear, it is the movement through it. Like Odysseus navigating unknown waters, I stepped forward, not because I felt ready, but because someone needed me to be. The world narrowed, every sound sharpened, every sound mattered. This was no longer a normal day. This was a trial. I moved without waiting for permission. There was no audience, no guarantee of success, only action. With wisdom, I assessed what needed to be done, not rushing blindly, but thinking even in urgency. With temperance, I was able to calm the panic and steady not only myself, but also the moment. With justice, I knew this. No one deserved to be left helpless. So I acted. I moved forward against fear, one step at a time, and one choice at a time. The dragon did not roar in flames, but in pressure, in the weight of responsibility, and I faced it. Not perfectly, not without doubt, but fully. And in the end, the moment shifted. The danger passed, the stress went away. The person I helped was safe. After hours, when everything grew quiet and lonely again, I understood the voices that had guided me. The epic voice, teaching that stories are defined by the moments we choose to act. The voice of Sappho, reminding me that even in a single moment can hold immense meaning. Not at all heroism needs to be loud, but remembered by the person who has saved. And Lord, clear and unafraid, echoing the truth that silence would have been the real failure. Their influence lived not just in words, but in the moment. They had taught me how to recognize the call. There was no celebration, no crowd to name me anything, just a quiet understanding that something had changed. I had not waited. I had not turned away. I had not hoped someone else would act. I became the answer to the problem in front of me, and in that I understood that the Greeks meant. A hero is not someone who avoids fear, but someone who faces it when it matters the most. Like Odysseus, returning not just home, but transformed, I returned to my life with something new. Even now, long after the moment, it comes back to me in flashes, not as fear, but as clarity. Every choice felt like it was set in stone, and the world seemed to be waiting to see who I would become. There is no weight about being the one who acts, not heavy like burden, but steady like armor. It does not fade, it stays with you. reshaping how you walk through the world. You see things different now. Urgency hides in everyday moments, how silence can last too long, and how hesitation can grow if you don't do anything about it. But you also see something else, hope. The same strength that came to me that day is still there. It waits, quiet but ready, like a knife that is always sharp when you need it. The poets knew heroism isn't just one thing, it's being ready all the time to do what the world asks you to do. When it does, you will answer not with the person you used to be, but the person you have chosen to be. The same classrooms, same responsibilities, but now I carry proof. Proof that courage is real, proof that action matters, proof that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. The virtues were no longer ideas, they were lived. Courage to step forward, wisdom to act with thought, temperance to stay controlled, justice to do what is right. Journey does not end here. There will be another moments, another calls to action, all the dragons waiting in different forms. But now I know I do not need to wait to be chosen. I do not need perfect conditions to act. I need to decide and not stand still. I stand here, not a legend, but as something just as important. A person who acted. This is my story, my proof, my epic. And I will carry it forward, not just in words, but in every moment I choose to act again.